Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today, as you can tell, we're going to be doing our AWP tier list. Now, we recently did the AK one, and you guys seem to love it. I'll link that down below if you want to see it. I'm basically using these tier lists as a way to update my rankings for like each category of weapon skins for CS2. If you don't know, in CSGO, I did like full massive like rankings from like 40th to 1st, and I actually went one by one. But tier list is going to be a bit of an easier way to do it, to update it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're on this new map in the Epidemic server, which I think looks pretty damn cool. We'll need to find a nice spot to do the inspects. And yeah, we'll get right into it now. I'll tell you about the giveaway. So today, it just makes sense for the giveaway to be an AWP, and it's going to be this AWP duality. Now, it is field tested with a 0.35 flow, but as you'll see, the duality still looks insane, and it's got a Brookie sticker on the scope. Normal entry requirements. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment down below of your favourite AWP skin. Here we are, we're good to go. Now, I'm going to start it with the 6 tiers that we discovered in the AK video that worked well. We have perfect, great, good, okay, meh, and better use default. Now, the first one here is the default. I'm not going to inspect it in-game. It is the default AWP. But it's going to start the better use default list, and we'll see if anything goes below it. Now, I am going to do this one by one, and then I'll update it at the end if I feel I need some changes. The AWP fade, I'm going to put it in good. It is pattern-based, and it can look good, but I feel like not having anything on the scope or even the magazine makes it a little bit lackluster, and although you can get a really high fade on it, overall, it's still just a good skin. Then the Man of War for me is going to go into okay. And again, it's kind of a similar one. It'll be a bit of a theme here. It is this, like, the design itself with the blue and the gold is kind of nice, but like no scope, no magazine stuff makes it a little bit lackluster. The AWP paw is either going to be the start of okay or the end of good. We'll put it in the start of okay for now. Now, this is the pattern-based one that can be super cool. I mean, I love cats and dogs, so I kind of like it for that. But again, like when you see the other skins we put in here, there's a reason it's going to be in that sort of tier. Now, graphite's going into meh. That's all I'm saying. When you inspect it, okay, this geometric texture style looks kind of cool, but outside of that, there's not much I can really say. It's such a dull, awful skin. Now, I think some people won't like me for this one, but I'm putting the lightning strike at the start of okay. Similar sort of issues for it. I think the actual design itself, you can see here, look how low resolution that lightning bolt looks. And I know it's an OG skin, and I know that's partly why it's expensive, but it's a low resolution finish, and there's nothing on the scope of the magazine. It's super lackluster. For that, actually, it's going into meh. Seeing it in game, absolutely awful, but it's ahead of the graphite. Now, Soul Tiger's one that previously I probably would have thrown into the mid tier, but I've started to like it in CS2. I definitely like it more than the fade. Now, it is pattern based, and I know like sometimes people don't like the Tiger design, and it has the same issues as the other ones. I'll admit it. It doesn't have scope or it doesn't have magazine. It's a common issue for a lot of these AWPs. But I don't know what it is. I think the shade of blue and how it looks with like these good patterns in CS2, it's just kind of a vibe. I don't know what it is. It's just hitting a mark for me. But it's because of those like features of like no scope detail, no magazine. That's why it can't be great. Worm God, I would honestly rather use default, I think. I'm not here for the argument that it's a cheap dragon lore. Like whoever's trying to do that is absolutely capping. And again, no scope design, no magazine design, nothing like that. It just looks horrid. Asimov is going to go into the great tier. I think if you're going specifically for Blackamov, okay, maybe it could be perfect. But I think overall, Asimov in great tier just makes sense. Obviously, Blackamov and Kenny S using it. It's a great skin. It's one here that you can see what I mean now when I'm complaining about no magazine or no scope detail. And look how much better this looks when you actually get the full skin over the whole weapon. Chromatic Aberration, I'm torn between good and great. I'll start it in good for now. It's one I personally really like because I like the purple and the pink, but I appreciate some people don't really like this, say, like glitch design. I like the detailing on the scope though again, but yeah, I'd say it's definitely not going to be better than an Asimov. Redline for me is going into the it's going into okay, probably ahead of the Man of War, probably ahead of the AWP paw as well. Like on this one, at least we are getting some detailing. Yes, it's a carbon fiber finish, but I think like the AK Redline can look decent enough. It needs a sticker craft. The AWP just needs too much to even make it decent. Then we have our first perfect skin, and it's going to be the Onitaji. If you're comparing purple skins and you're thinking, oh, did I go Lightning Strike, did I go Onitaji? This has to be the obvious pick. I appreciate it is red at the back, but overall, the artwork on the scope, we're seeing nice detail. And magazine, in all fairness, doesn't have anything, but we're getting detailing on the scope, and then just a crazy like pattern throughout the skin. It looks incredible. It's probably going to be at the bottom of great when you see the other options, but I think this is going to stay as a great option. Or even it's going to be the bottom of perfect, I should say. Hyper Beast is one I'm going to put in on great, maybe behind the Asimov. Alright, we'll change map. Here's the Hyper Beast. I love the design on the A1S, but I think for the AWP it would have been nicer to see that like pink and green go through onto the scope, but either way, it still looks super good. Elite build for me is going to be at the start of OK. Similar to the AK discussion, it is a good budget option, and it gets magazine and scope detailing, which some of these skins costing 4 figures don't in comparison. So for that, start of OK. Neo Noir, I'm probably going to put in good. I'm not sure where about in good. Probably ahead of the Chromatic Aberration. And for me, this one ticks a lot of boxes. I like white skins. I like the mix of the purple and the blue and a bit of pink coming through on it. The scope gets a mix of like this white and then the pinky at the bottom. And those are normally colors that come with premiums in CS. Fever Dream's another one that we're going to smack on into OK. I think like when we're talking color themes, you're basically going for a Fever Dream and then you're going to upgrade it to a Neo Noir. Capillary is going to go into Meh. I'm going to put it behind the Lightning Strike. And I mean, it's on par with the Lightning Strike, I'll be honest. Mainly because the Lightning Strike is such a low resolution. And then it's time for another perfect skin. It's the Aetheris. It's going ahead of the Onitaji. And before you're having a meltdown about how can this be a perfect skin, you can buy it for like $5. That's why it's perfect, and the value. Essentially what we're trying to do is remove the value from this part of the discussion. Now, you're getting my face again so I can actually talk to you guys. When we're talking about the Aetheris and these skins in general, yes, value matters in like to an extent. Where like if I'm buying a skin as an investment skin and to flex to my mates, I'm going to take a Dragonor over an Aetheris, of course. But if we remove price, now if we remove price fully from the conversation, and we look at the offering of the Aetheris, this is what I've tried to do for each skin, the design you're getting and the color palette you're getting is incredible. Yes, I don't think the magazine has anything, like I'll just shoot and reload. Oh, the magazine has like, it actually does have stuff on it, it's just that blue finish. Roll with me for a second. If, for example, if this Aetheris was flipped with the Dragonor, if for whatever reason, this was like, if they just reversed, and all of a sudden this was a skin that's costing tens of thousands of dollars, everyone would be gassed to have it. Everyone would say, oh man, that Aetheris is the best in the game, I want it, just because of its price and the fact it also looks good. I know some people will disagree with me on that, but that's why the Aetheris is perfect. Now, we have some good skins coming up here. You can see this list. We're about to cook. Now, going into Great is going to be Containment Breach. I'm going to put it ahead of the Azimuth just because I personally prefer it. This is one that people will often upgrade from the Aetheris to, and if you just got the budget to spend for it and you want like maybe a longer term investment skin, it kind of makes sense, but I think the Aetheris is better. Wildfire for me is going to take top spot in good. I don't know what it is, just quite not enough to get on the Great, but I do like the design. I like that red sort of tint throughout the whole skin, and obviously the Wildfire Beast itself. Portisera then joins us in a lower tier. It's unfortunately one of the early skins. It's just not great. It's for that we're going to put it into Meh. Then we have the Dragonor. Of course, it's going to go into Perfect. Now, as much as I think this is overrated to an extent, it's still a perfect skin. Because yes, the design is good. And it's just such a rare skin. It's like just insane for that reason. But I think like if you've seen the Aetheris like 30 seconds ago, you can see what I mean on the conversation level. That if you strip value back and look at purely the artwork or flip the situations, like the scenario I'm discussing makes sense. Now this is a pain point for me, the fucking Medusa. Because it's another one of these expensive skins that's going into Meh. And I'll explain why. I normally don't like sort of coming after like the skin designers because I'm awful at graphic design myself. I wouldn't have any hope of doing this. But look at this when you're using it now in game. Yes, you see some of the Medusa snakes from her hair coming through, but overall, you see very little, right? All of the artwork that looks insane is at the back of the skin that you never see when you use it normally in game. And there's nothing on the scope. Like, realistically, where Medusa's face is here should be above my right glove right now. It should be around, or even to the left of my right glove. It should be above the magazine, around the trigger. Then the back of where she's at now should have been the back of the hair with some snakes and maybe some other shit in the background. And then the snakes should be going all the way up the barrel of the gun and around the scope and stuff. It had so much potential, and it pisses me off because when you use it like this in game, you don't see any of that nice artwork. I don't know, the Mortis gets to go into good. I don't know what it is about this skin. I keep calling it a budget Dragonor. I think it's because of the pattern on the scope. I just think this one's kind of cool, and it gets into good. And we have another perfect skin. It's gonna be the Prince. I'll be real, I might actually put the Prince ahead of the Dragonor just on personal preference. And I will, because I think this looks insane. Like, that red and the gold mixture getting, it looks crazy good. It's just such a premium vibe having this skin. And the scope detailing too. Exoskeleton can go into Meh. I'm actually going to put it above the Medusa. Because at least when I use it in game, I actually get to see some of the pattern. And I get it on the scope and everything like that. Now, my number one op is the Gungnir. And it's going to take number one spot in the Perfect. I've always been interested in Norse mythology, so it gets like a win for that, but then the design itself is insane. This scope looks carved, which is nuts. It's got Medusa, like the weapon Medusa, like Odin's weapon, going all the way through. You can see it with then like these Norse designs around it. It's all over the magazine, it's all over the barrel. Absolute perfect skin. And then we have the Desert Hydra. This is going to be our last perfect skin. I know we've got 6 of them so far. Again, this is one if you get in Battle Scar, this scope will go to black, but I love the color palette for this. The orange with those like bright blues coming through, and then the white or black scope option depending on what condition it gets in. This is the number 2 up in the game for me. Okay, and we do need to add some degree, and I'm going to do that now with the duality. Again, this is one where the artwork's just crazy. This replaced the Doodle Lore in the Revolution case. I'm a big fan of like the Cherry Blossom style design. Again, we're getting design absolutely everywhere. Honestly, it's like, looking at the prints previously, it's like B-Tech Prince vibes, like just on that more like prestige gold artwork. The fall boss I'm going to put in at the start of okay. It's not a skin I personally like too much, but I do appreciate like on a more budget level, it can be good, but again, you could just buy an Aetheris. Now, for this in good here, I'm going to put the Black Nile, and I'm going to put it in between the Neo Noir and the Chromatic Aberration. And it might seem like a weird pick, but there's just, like, if you're after a black inventory, even here, I've got white gloves, and I've got an agent with the, like, the gold watch and the wristband and stuff. This skin with this nice black, you can see the water pattern, it's black all across with all these bronze accents. If you put, like, a gold sticker on the scope of this, it's just such a, like, a clean budget up. Now, I'm going to move the Mortis to the start of okay, mainly because I'm going to have a lot of good skins going in here, one of which is going to be the Boom. This one again has the issue of no magazine design and no scope design. The only saving grace is that like this shade of orange works really well for this orange and black style combination. Pink DD Pat is going to be good or great. I might change it after I see it in game. And it's going to remain good for the reason that we don't have detailing on the scope. At the start of CS2, they updated it and basically made the scope pink, which makes it look insane. It doesn't have that anymore, so as much as I still like the pink DD Pat, I have a Glock that's pink DD Pat as well. It's nice pattern based. It needs that scope detailing to go any higher though. Then there's the Electric Hive, which is pattern based. Now it's probably going to go just behind the Silk Tiger. The same issues run again. No scope, no mag design. Obviously it is pattern based to get a slightly different shade. Now we're going to have another better used default skin, and it's going to be the Acheron, or however you pronounce it. I mean, at least the artwork is actually high quality compared to the Lightning Strike. I just think the artwork itself looks kind of ass. Like I wouldn't pay the money to go for this op kind of thing. Pit Viper can lead the way in Met for us because it is a decent green skin. Again, no magazine, no scope. It's a common issue with the older skins. Now, the pop-up, I think I'm going to put in okay. And I'm probably just going to slot it in ahead of the Man of War. This is another pattern-based skin, and depending on the pattern, it can look insane, but it runs into those same issues I've been chatting about all video for the no scope design and no magazine design. And that leaves us with 3 more, one of which is going to be the Sun and Leo, which previously I would have had in the mid tier. I didn't think it was that good at all. It actually gets itself kind of into the middle of okay now. And the main reason for that is that it now looks purple. Beforehand, it was truly caught between this purple and blue discussion, and I didn't really like it because of that, but it is actually purple now. So, like, if you're... and I would definitely take this over the Lightning Strike. And then we have 2 more. They're both going to be better used default, but I'll show you both in game. It's the Safari Mesh and the Snake Camo. Safari Mesh, for obvious reasons, it's a horrible skin. I don't know why people... I know it's a meme to say you love it, or like to put a fucking like 80k sticker on the scope. It's an ass skin. And then Snake Camo, I can't understand the price of this. It's from the Dust 2021 collection. Maybe it's used in trade-ups, and that's where it gets the value for people trying to go for the Blaze or something, man. But, or not the, I think it's the original Dust collection, sorry, not 2021. But, yeah, like, if you're paying the money for this, not to use it in a trade-up and just have, I don't know what to say. But that rounds off our tier list. I'm going to take a second now just to sort of, like, consolidate it and make sure I'm happy with it. And you know what? I think I am. I think my only thing here is that maybe the Mortis could slip its way into the good tier. And I will. I'll put it back into good. It started there. We'll make it finish there. So this is my AWP tier list. You can see it now, but I'll go through the key things. On the perfect tier, we have the Gungnir, we have the Desert Hydra, the Prince, the Dragonote, the Aetheris, and the Onitaji. It might seem weird that I put 6 in perfect and only 4 in great. You could maybe argue an Aetheris or an Onitaji into great and sort of have a 5-5 split, but overall, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with the great tier. I'm real happy with the good tier, I'll be honest. And I know there's some picks in here, like the Red Line, the Medusa, and the Lightning Strike, and even the Graphite. I know some of you guys will think, what the hell am I doing? I'm taking a price out of this and just going based on artwork here. Obviously, if someone said, oh, I'll give you a Lightning Strike, I'm going to say yes, please, yes, please. I'll love to have that Lightning Strike, and I'll sell it and get something else. But if we take price away, we'll go purely on artwork. This is how they're ranked. And then that's me, guys. Everything, all I have left to do is talk about the giveaway again. Just as a reminder, it's going to be an AWP to giveaway. We've been talking about it. I put it in the great tier. It's an AWP duality. You can win this. 3 super easy requirements. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And leave a comment down below of your favorite AWP. Just as a reminder, the winners are announced in Discord. So if I'd recommend you hit the link in the description down below. You join the Discord, make your way in there, and you'll see in a few days' time when I announce the winner for this. Now, preferably, if you can match your Discord with your YouTube, it makes it much easier to tag it and find the winner. But we'll get it figured out, guys. Outside of that one, thank you very much for watching. We're going to have an interesting video come on Friday, but we will definitely do more of these sticker craft videos and more of these tier lists as we go. So thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.